And welcome back to Canceled AF Podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and with me, as always, is Renee. Hi, Renee.
Sup?
Lovely co-host of co-hosts.
I am wearing a blue hoodie.
And she is a white woman.
I'm a white woman.
Wearing a blue hoodie.
Wearing a blue hoodie, yes. And
you look good. You look really good.
And sweatpants.
You're sexy. God. Absolutely. All day, every day. So they're talking about one of your favorite things, Renee. Very recently, they've started talking about forgiving that sweet, sweet student loans again.
Yeah. It doesn't apply to me because I didn't go to college long enough to get student loans.
Good. Good. Smart move.
No, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. I wish that that's a different story. But my point is I hate how our generation especially, I'm really loud, by the way. Can you turn my ears down? Technical talk on today's podcast. So sorry, everybody.
There you go.
Better. I hate how for our generation especially, it was stressed. Go to college, no matter the cost. This is what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And so that's what people did, especially in our generation, where they went and they got some bullshit degree that meant absolutely nothing, and they spent God knows how much money on it, and then come to find out
you don't even need it.
Not even that. Oh, I have this useless art degree. Sorry, art degree people. I have this useless art degree, and it's getting me absolutely nowhere. I can't get a job.
I've never understood why people would want an arts degree. Like,
pays a minimum of at least $50,000 a year, which is still kind
of. I know a lot of people go for like the arts degree for acting and for different things.
Yeah, it's like I get it, but at the same time, I think that there's the term starving artist for a reason, dude.
Yeah, it's like, because nobody gives a shit about you until you die.
You can't just get a degree and skip lucky. The line and suddenly poof, you're a famous artist now. That's not how this works.
You have to be good. You actually have to be inspirational.
And it takes
to people.
Years of dedication and work and starving.
No. What it is it takes that realistically, and here it is, folks. Realistically, if you want to do something, you can do it. You can do it. I am living proof. I've done 1,000 things, and I'll do 1,000 things more.
I prefer the Jesse Wiseman. Don't follow.
No, follow your dreams. Just realize that your dreams
don't.
Are still a job. And that sometimes you're going to think that job sucks. Even if you're good at it, you're going to be like, fuck, man, I hate this shit. I don't want to do this.
Well, that's life.
And some people make it, some people don't. Here's the thing, and this is God's honest truth. A degree will help you a lot, but experience will help you a lot more. A lot of jobs now look for experience over degrees because they want somebody, a company wants somebody that has longevity.
Well, a lot of them want both starting out, and that's where the frustration comes in, where they're like, oh, we want you to have this degree and 10 years of experience, and you're like, I don't have both.
Yeah, and then there's somebody with 10 years of experience but no degree, and you're like, hey, I don't have a degree, but I know what I'm doing, and I've done this for years and years and years. I don't need a degree to do this. Let me show you.
But I feel
sometimes those guys are lucky because sometimes the job will go, let's give you a test run. Let's give you a test run, and let's see how you do. And then if they do great, they'll be like, all right,
that's a best case scenario on that one.
It happens a lot. And actually, the whole thing, like on the my favorite, the spicy Cheetos, the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
The guy who made that was a janitor.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
boom.
Like you can achieve anything.
Now he's got a movie coming out about him.
Good for him.
He does. But they're trying to say that they're going to forgive student loans.
Fine. I guess. I don't know how to feel about that one because, like I said, it doesn't apply to me.
Well, it doesn't matter if it applies to you or not. It applies to people that have paid off their student loans.
That sucks.
If you think of all the people that have paid off their student loans, and you're like, I did everything because they're saying I did everything right. I busted my ass to pay mine off.
That's absolutely how it would happen to me. And the reason I say this, which this is a very poor comparison, but it's all I got. Yeah. Okay, so when I worked at Kroger, I was there for 5-6 years. I think 6 when I left.
Yeah.
But when you hit 5 years, everybody, you get that magical extra week of vacation. You get that third week of vacation time,
Yeah.
right? And you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I made it. I got my third week. Suck it. All you bitches only got 2. And then what happens? I hit my 5 years, got my third week. Wait. Oh, we're giving everyone 3 weeks. Oh, yay. And I was like,
Wait a minute.
hold up.
Then I need an extra week.
I need an extra week because that is some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's 100% bullshit. Fuck that.
And then they started doing that. Oh, but it's going to be accrued because if you quit, you can't cash out on it. It was stupid. Like, but I was pissed. And it's like, I didn't necessarily have the right to be pissed because I'm like, okay, but where's my perk for 5? I get to pick something out of a catalog. That's all I got.
I remember that. You were really upset about that. You were kind of like, this is it. This is bullshit.
Well, I wasn't expecting anything extravagant, but it was still just the fact that everyone got a third week of vacation.
Yeah.
And it was kind of one of those where you throw everything at and you're like, well, fuck this shit. What am I doing? Bullshit. Exactly.
That I would go to him. I'd be like, then I get 1 more week. You're giving me 4 weeks vacation.
I demand
accrued.
a 4th week.
Accrued.
And then they would be like,
bitches.
They'd be like, Renee, you can leave.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Because that's you didn't even you told him to do that and then you left. You were like, I'll just leave. No, you won't. Bye.
Yeah, well, that's because they didn't want to pay me what I was worth. Everybody, it's a lesson. Get what
pay
you're
people what
worth.
you're worth.
But that's corporations for you. Everybody, they don't,
Again, though, back to degrees. Somebody went up to Elizabeth Warren, and this is on video, and they said, so he goes, so you guys have a plan to give money back to, I think he starts out with something like that, and then after that he says, so my daughter, I paid off my daughter's student loans completely, 100%. Am I going to get my money back? She goes, well, of course not. He goes, so then why are you going to cover for people that, why are people that did things the right way getting screwed because there are people that complain because they just can't pay their bills?
Yeah, that just kind of.
And she tried to talk to me.
That whole life isn't fair
and they moved him on. They got him out of there because she doesn't know how to answer that.
Well, you can't really. It's like. What are you going to give the people who paid it off the right way? A high five? Like, I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, life isn't fair. But like I said, it's a fucked up system anyway, where you have 18-year-olds fresh out of high school taking out these huge loans that they have no business taking out, and frankly, no way of paying it back for years and years and years and years and years.
Just to go to college.
And they don't even know what the fuck they want to do. But they've just been told all their life, oh, you need to go to college. You need to, just go. You'll figure it out. And what some of them do, but then you have others. Frankly, me, I'm, in my 30s, and I don't know what the fuck I want to be when I grow up. I just kind of landed where I'm at. You know what I mean? But if I were told, go back to college, I would say, well, I don't know what I'm doing.
I can't afford that right now.
It's not even that. It's like, well, what would I'm here, but what am I going to be here for?
Yeah.
And you're telling 18-year-olds to sign up for this huge loan and do that and figure it out right now. And you just can't do that. It's messed
true.
up in itself. But yeah, that's just, life sucks. And then you die, I guess. You pay it off your loan and you're poor. And we're going to forgive Billy's over here.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Eat shit and die.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Peace out. Don't dream.
I mean,
love your parents.
That's life for you, everybody. It sucks. I'm really optimistic tonight.
Oh, yeah. Lots to talk about. Gonna go ahead.
Nothing but a ray of sunshine today.
Go ahead and get the dark stuff out of the way. Just because it was, this was brought to my attention more because of there's a group within this story that I thought seemed a little shady.
Just a bit.
It may be a little basic. So this was in California.
Truckee,
California. Yeah.
Truckee.
A submerged body was found in a reservoir, and it was identified as a young teenager. We'll leave her name out of this. Doesn't matter
16.
what the name is. But she was 16 years old and had just graduated high school. So, boom. Automatically, she
That's early to be graduating high school.
Yeah.
Usually graduate are 17 or 18. But
she is a smart kid, automatically.
apparently.
You know, we could tell that.
Or
So-
maybe she dropped out and she's just saying, in quotes, graduated.
No, there's a picture of her at a graduation gown.
Oh, okay.
But they basically found her body in that reservoir in her Honda CRV. And she went missing from a campsite. So
yeah.
it was on August 6th. And they found it, I think a few days ago, was it? I can't see a date.
Yeah, it's like, I don't
But
see a
anyways,
date.
16-year-old girl. But it was a very strange. I don't know about this, man, because this seems to be like getting borderline, like, armchair detective into legit trying to be a detective, but you're not. You need to kind of, I don't know. It's weird. This is weird.
It's
to
a
me.
weird story. There's something that's not right about it.
Yeah, and this is near the Tahoe National Forest, so this is kind of on the border of Nevada and California, this town.
To say she was found in her car in the lake. So it's like...
Well, okay, and we're going to get into that in a second. So
Yeah.
it's a big thing, like who is she camping with and all that. Then I think look that up, actually. Look her up by name.
I'm looking at all stories that are just by her name.
Oh,
I
it
didn't
doesn't
type
have
anything
anything
else.
about the
No.
camp?
No.
Oh, okay, so
They're trying to piece together.
like, did the people that she was camping with hurt her and put her in her car and then push it into the water? Did she fall asleep in her car? Was she sleeping in her car in her sleeping bag?
Did she do this on purpose?
Yeah, or did she do this on purpose? Did she get into the front seat and drive herself into the lake? We don't know. So her body's found in her car in the lake. I assume maybe either sitting in the front seat, laid in the front seat with injuries, if whatever, blah blah blah, or in a sleeping bag in the back seat, and maybe the Jeep just kind of rolled in while she was asleep and then filled up with water, and she couldn't get out and was in the sleeping bag as it filled up with water. And then she can't get out of the sleeping bag because she's struggling to get out, and it's like, because oh god, that's a freaky thing. Anyways, I want to stop, but
Scary.
freakier still is that she was found by a group called Adventurers with Purpose. It's a dive group from Bend, Oregon, that investigates missing person cases, and they claim to have solved 23 cold cases since 2019. So, here's my question. Why? Why the fuck do you need to do that? Why do you need to get involved? Why do you need to feel special, like, oh, hey, look what we've done. We're hobbyists. We love murder mystery. We love what's the thing?
Crime.
True crime. We love true crime documentaries and podcasts because we're bored housewives.
Listen.
This is a group for bored housewives. This is a dive group for bored housewives who are like, I bet there's a lot of things in lakes, and I want to join a dive group so I can have a murder mystery kink fetish.
Well, listen, I guess maybe the police
Not that we kink shame here. We don't
aren't
kink shame.
doing great
Well,
at doing that, so they're like, move the fuck out of our way. We'll do it because you guys suck.
here's the thing with that, though. Probably true. Some of these police departments are very small now because a lot of people have been quitting.
Yeah, because they're not paid enough, and they're to go through
And
the
so they're
bullshit
just
that
like-
they're going through. So
So, this group is actually probably doing more good than harm, but probably still harm.
and you're calling them hobbyists. You're bad.
They are hobbyists. This is exactly what what they are. Adventurers with a purpose. A
Are
dive
doing
group.
the Lord's work.
A dive group that investigates missing people cases. They're a dive group. So that's a hobby. Diving is not, I mean, it's a job, but it's not something you do on your off time because you're into true crime.
If I can't scuba, what has this been all about?
It's been about true crime.
Okay.
True crime.
If I can't scuba, what have I been working
If
for?
you can't true crime scuba,
yeah.
then that's life. I don't understand the question.
What?
No, realistically though, this is kind of freaky. This is kind of weird that you guys do this. Like you guys go out in your spare time and investigate missing person cases in lakes and
BRB. I'm just gonna go in the lake and look for dead bodies.
Rivers.
Be home for dinner.
See, guys, I mean, I'm not. You know what? I shouldn't really judge. I'm the kind of guy that would go ghost hunting. So
well, that's normal.
That is normal.
Okay,
though. That's not normal behavior.
A hobby, yes, but normal. You're right. Going diving is one thing, but I think going diving with a purpose. So they're saying they're adventuring, quote, with a purpose.
Yeah, and it's murder or true crime diving.
Yeah, they're going in search for.
They're going to solve a crime because they like that hobby, that rush, that thrill. That's how they get their kicks, and that's kind of weird. That's just a little weird to me. I'm sorry. Well,
hey, they found her, and that's cool. But not because that's, sad. But that's cool. They found her. She's been missing.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, what happened?
That is a good question. I smell something fishy about it. Like, I don't think it was just an accident. Whoopsie, I'm in the lake in my car. I don't, and like, unless she did it on purpose, which is, to me, if there wasn't foul play, that's the only plausible thing that it could be, is that she did it on purpose. Kind of like, pocket full of stones kind of a thing, just like throwing yourself in there and that's it.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that's it. That's the only thing I could think of if it wasn't foul play. Straight up.
Yeah. Yeah. The sheriff was saying that they're looking at all avenues. So yeah, I guess that's the same thing you've got, because it's just they're not giving, these articles aren't giving a lot realistically. No. They're just kind of giving the details.
And like I said, I hate that about journalism. It's always been that way since the dawn of time, where breaking story, we found her. That's it.
Okay.
More details to follow later. Bye. Like it's just, don't tell me until you have the details.
Yeah, and we'll try to, if anything more comes of that, we'll try to keep you guys posted. But just I think the main story here is, why are you going to have a murder mystery group for this? What is the real reason that you need to do this in your off time? What is the real reason that you think that you're special enough to go, oh, hey, guys, let's go diving. Let's solve some murders, because I have this huge hole in my life. Like,
I've listened to hours and hours and hours of true crime podcasts, and I've watched tons of docs and all of these things on true crime. I am now an expert at solving shit.
Let's do this.
Let's go. That's exactly what it is.
It's a weird obsession, dude.
It's weird.
I'm sorry.
I can't even be like it's noble. It's just odd. But you know what? You do you. Yeah. Do what makes you happy.
Do your weird kink shaming thing.
Do your weird shit. It's okay, as long as you're not hurting anybody. You do your thing.
That's true.
Live your life.
I should think that way for myself.
You should. Shame on you.
And yet, it's still fucking weird.
Fun of them.
Because you know why? It's fucking weird, dude. Honestly, like, that would be like me driving around going, oh man, you know what? I'm going to drive around and look for disturbed soil just everywhere, beside trees and parks.
You mean you don't do that?
No, because I'm not fucking weird. Like, and that's what bothers me about.
People walk around in the forest looking for fucking Bigfoot. Okay.
I know, but I don't find that weird. You know why? Because they're
hooting and hollering and woo, whatever, looking for Bigfoot.
But they're so convinced. God bless them.
And they think
they
they're
are
gonna
so
find
convinced.
something.
Those people are very. You're
I
right.
know.
They're very convinced. But
Bless their
the
hearts.
difference is I know these people are trying to look for something that exists, not something that doesn't exist. It's like LARPers. I don't bother them because they're doing something that's fantasy, not reality.
I always liked watching those kids.
The LARPers,
Yeah.
you can still watch them. They're always out at the park.
Are they still? I haven't
the
seen
local
them.
park, absolutely.
I haven't seen them in years.
And Bicentennial. We
They
could go over to
used to-
Bicentennial like just anytime and just go see them because they're always.
When
at
I was in
Bicentennial.
high school, there was a group of LARPers that would always LARP in the for all you old people out there, LARPing is live action role playing, by the way. They're playing with swords, fake swords.
That are foam.
Foam swords.
They're heavy, man. They hurt. They hurt.
But they would always LARP out in the band field, like the band practice field for marching band, everybody. But it was a big open field, and that's what they would do. You would drive by and you'd see them just LARPing away, gallivanting and frolicking and doing their thing. It was something. I didn't understand it, but it was something.
I knew LARPing was a hit when we watched that documentary.
I love that
That
documentary.
shit was fucking great.
Just because it
But these people weren't
makes me
LARPing
feel just wholesome.
trying to find murder mysteries.
Hey.
They were LARPing medieval monsters and Dungeons and Dragons plot lines, and it's really creepy when you go, "Hey guys,"
Yeah.
like you said, dude. It's just like you said earlier. Hey, honey, I'm gonna go find some dead bodies and solve a mystery. I'll be back for dinner.
Bye-bye.
Nope. I'd be like, I'm sorry. I'd be the wife that would go, what did he say?
I'm sorry, what now?
What was that? No, you're not.
I would prefer you tell me I'm gonna go, like, you're decked out in your scuba gear.
Just say you're going for a dive. Don't
If
tell
you
me
told
you're going to go
me
look for dead bodies.
you're going to the golf
don't
course
approve.
to fish for golf balls in the pond, I would be like, okay, bye. Have fun.
Wouldn't care.
No.
But dead bodies? Yes, I care. This is weird. Now you're ranging on the weird. You need to stop listening to the true crime documentaries. I'm sorry. We're cutting you off.
Yeah, it is an obsession.
No
with
HBO,
some
no
people.
Netflix. You're done.
I
You're done with the
enjoy like a
documentaries.
sprinkling of true crime, but it's not
A hint, if one will.
a hint, just a skosh. But I'm not hardcore into it.
I don't know, man. You're pretty good into it. Like
Sometimes.
I noticed that you only listen to those ones of a certain other podcast that we listen to, Necronomipod.
Yeah.
You listen to those.
I listen to them. I'm enjoying. It's a Patreon exclusive. I'm enjoying the Jesse Wiseman's Crime Corner. Enjoying that. She just did
Yeah, that
Jeffrey
is good.
Dahmer. That was
Oh God.
which I already knew.
Can't wait.
Necronomipod already clued me in on everything.
Yeah, but to
like
hear her
nothing,
cover it.
nothing she said shocked me. I was like, yeah. He poured acid into their brain and tried to make a zombie. That was something. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. I'm not a true crime junkie like most white women. I enjoy it, like a little sprinkling. But it's not like my top podcast tier. I listen to trash. Okay?
Yeah.
It's trash. True crime. Okay.
Accepted. And it is. You do listen to trash. Like it's. I don't know if you still listen to the ones you did before, but I feel like you've kind of turned them off as well.
Yeah, they're kind of. I love them, but at the same time, I'm like,
I've outgrown
they're
you.
getting them. Yeah, I kind of feel that way. I've outgrown you a little bit. You're.
It's true. It's true.
You're
That's how
getting
I
on my
felt.
nerves.
That's how I felt. I was like, I love you. You guys got me through a lot, but
It's time
you're
to
very
go.
annoying, and it's time for me to go.
I think also what's hurting that is that the show they cover, I just can't watch it anymore.
I think that they're going to be very much aware of that here in the future.
Yeah.
I think there's a nominal amount of people that still watch that
I see
show,
that
so.
show not lasting very much longer if it keeps on going the way it is, to be fair.
Fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
that's
well,
all
see, here's
reality
the thing.
TV, everybody. It's scripted. It's fake.
Everything's building on like the original, which was real, and then it progressed into a faker and faker plot.
Well, this is 90 Day Fiance, everybody.
I wish you wouldn't have said that. I didn't want to give him
Because I
credit.
wanted to elaborate on it just a second. Because now we're in this era of people, like everyone wanting to be an influencer and everyone wanting to show their, their super awesome pictures on Instagram or whatever the fuck kids do. And they just want to get that sponsorship money, I guess. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's their whole goal of being on the show.
Oh, 100%.
So they want to be memorable, make a fool of themselves, but hey, go find me on Instagram, or here's my OnlyFans. Bye. And that's it.
Let me sell a fart in a jar.
Let me sell a fart in a jar.
And then go to the hospital.
But she stopped doing that because it sent her to the hospital. Now she sells her boob sweat, which I have questions on how one collects jars of boob sweat.
I'd rather not think about it.
Because, I mean, ladies, we all know that if you got big boobs, they're sweaty underneath, How does one collect that sweat? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments of our Instagram.
I remember the girl you're talking about. She didn't have that big of boobs either.
Big enough to be sweaty. It didn't take much, You just need a little bit of, oomph in there. And
I'm just saying she didn't have a lot to work with to have sweaty.
No. I don't know. I kind of call BS a little bit on it. I'm like, is this all from her boobs? I mean, come on. Even the fart in the jar, Like, come on. Really?
The fart in the jar was great because that sent her to the hospital. Anyway, we've derailed this poor girl's death enough.
I need to jar our dog's farts and claim them to be mine. That'll kill some people.
That would destroy people. I think we've now lost listeners.
Original idea, do not steal.
So I want to talk about a famous person doing something bad. That's Gary Busey. Oh, Gary.
Gary Busey.
Gary. Dear Gary.
He creeps me out, and he always has.
Well, he's kind of weird, and the story behind him is that he had a motorcycle accident, so he fucked his mind up.
Yeah, and I'm not a movie buff, everybody.
Yeah.
I never really watched anything with him before he was mental. You know what I mean? So the only Gary Busey I know of is the maniacal, insane one that's just been pampered to keep being insane. That's the only Gary I know.
I don't think he's been pampered to keep being insane. I think he's
been enabled. People aren't there. Oh, that's just Gary.
Well, no, I'm just saying that his mind is pretty much deteriorated.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore at all.
But they shouldn't keep on, scooting him on out there into whatever projects he's doing. That's what I mean. Like, that's sad. Your career is over. You need to go and, live a quiet life back home on the ranch. You know what I mean?
Wherever that may be.
Wherever that may be. God bless. Sorry for you. Life sucks and then you die, kind of a thing, Like I said earlier, life isn't fair.
It's not. It's not. My pin died.
It's a shame.
It's drained. But yeah, no, it's kind of weird, and I mean that accident did something to him. Like, it messed him up bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, the accident it a part of his brain was, I don't know what happened, if it was destroyed or what, but a part of his brain was just gone. And it shows. You get a traumatic brain injury like that. No, you're not going to be the same person.
Well, you can look up his IMDb and see like this long list. He's got a huge list of movies. One of my favorite, Silver Bullet. So Silver Bullet's just a kind of a shitty werewolf movie. I think it's him and his nephew. Like, his nephew comes to visit because his mom's like, oh, well, he's getting into trouble. So, it's either that or two kids come. But they basically find out that there's a werewolf in town. And Gary Busey's like, oh, well, I'll help my nephew. It's kind of like the vampire angle in Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Where he goes and helps him, but he doesn't turn into a kid. He's just an adult. And he doesn't believe him at first, then believes him at the end.
Sounds terrible.
It is. It's a B movie. An awful B movie. There was a commercial for your 90-day show on just a second ago, so it ties in. But I mean, he's got a laundry list of badass movies, a ton. But he was in Lethal Weapon, Bulletproof, Predator 2. That was one of my favorite films that he was in.
Yeah, see, I can't get into any of the Predator movies. That's never been my thing. They do nothing
who was
for
he?
me.
He was like trying to think. Oh, he was an agent, like an FBI agent, a federal agent. Then he was in Point Break. Of course, with Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves. Under Siege, The Firm. He was in. So that's Tom Cruise. He was in Breaking Point, which is the opposite of Point Break.
Okay.
Which is what's funny is he was in Lethal Weapon, and then after a while he was in another movie called Lethal Tender.
Okay.
And so, I guess they just kind of were like, hey, you remember how you were in Lethal Weapon? We're going to put lethal in front of it and put your name, and they'll think it's got something to do with that. Okay? How about that? Do you like that? I like that. I think that's a great idea. I think we're going to make a lot of money. But yeah, I mean, Rookie of the Year. He was in Rookie of the Year. I think that was a Disney movie, wasn't it?
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
But yeah, he was in Rookie of the Year. Oh, what was that other one that he was in? I'm trying to think of it. Shit. I'll think of it in a minute. Oh, Black Sheep. He was in Black Sheep with David Spade and Chris Farley.
That's Chris Farley movie, isn't it?
Yeah, he was in he was in a bus. Like he lived out of a bus.
Okay.
And it was when Black Sheep's the political one, where Chris Farley's brother was like a politician running for office. But yeah, he was like living out in a van or like a school bus, and he was like a militant guy, like a militia guy with guns. And it was weird, but it was good. It was typical Gary Busey.
Yeah.
But he was in the TV movie of Hawaii Five-0. He was a cop in one of our favorite classic movies, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He was the cop that pulled Johnny over as he was trying to leave Las Vegas.
Okay.
And he was like, I'd tell you what, if you go here instead, you're going to be fine, but do not go this way, go this way. In a ton of crappy B movies. I mean, he's been in a ton.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why I'm not as familiar with him, because I don't really watch the bad movies on purpose. It's just not. I don't know. Again, I'm not a huge movie person. I'm really not.
So, okay. In the 90s, there was a TV show, and they were a kind of a rap rock band. This group.
Okay.
And it was a show called Shasta McNasty.
That was an actual show?
Yep. And
I thought that was just something stupid people said to be weird and gross.
Jake Busey was one of the cast members. He was in the show.
Yeah.
Gary Busey shows up on that show.
Okay.
He's in the show Shasta. And they were like a shitty rock reggae
mind blown
rap
that's an
group.
actual show.
Yeah. He was in an episode of The Outer Limits. Law and Order, King of the Hill, as Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy that had like an aneurysm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fits. That very much fits.
It does.
Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. So he's done a ton of stuff. After the accident, he still did work, like into 2004, 2005, 2006, so on and so forth. Just all over the place. He was in From Dusk Till Dawn, the series, in 2015. He was in the Hitman movie, A Hitman Game. He still did stuff.
Yeah.
He's still doing stuff.
He's still doing stuff.
So, like,
Well,
how out of it is Gary? Like, how crazy is he really? Like, is he legit? Like,
functional.
Yeah.
But I think maybe his decision making or maybe impulses aren't there. Like you lose impulse control.
Yeah.
Your decision making is really bad. It's like, sure, he can still have his career, but he definitely needs a handler. You know what I mean?
Somebody to rein him in.
Yeah, you got to rein him in.
Well, I mean, he's got these sexual allegations now. So he has been accused of, being inappropriate with a few women. I think it was a convention, Monster Mania convention, is where this happened.
Yeah.
Very interesting,
Monster
apropos name,
Mania.
isn't it?
Love that convention.
I wonder if that's kind of like Halloween, like the Halloween Horrors convention that they have in Nashville. What is it? Full Moon? Tattoo and Horror?
Gosh, I don't know.
Yeah. The one that we accidentally snuck into.
Yeah, what was that all? How did that happen? We snuck into one of those.
We just saw people walking into the building that this convention was at, and we just were like, "Oh, hey!" And we were like, "Can we get back? Can we get down to the convention through here?" And she was like, "Yeah, you just go through there." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And you just followed me, and like we acted like we belonged, and just got in there, didn't have to pay or anything.
I can't remember why we were in Nashville.
Jason David Frank.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. It's coming back to me now. I get it now.
Yeah, that was a great day for me. A great day. Anyways, people at the event had said that he had gotten kind of a little fresh, Gary Busey.
A little fresh.
He is denying the allegations. Of course, he's saying, no, this is kind of crazy. This is just, people just trying to, he's essentially stating that these people are trying to take advantage of him in his current condition.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Now, what is your condition, though, Gary? I mean, you look.
Well, he's old. He's 78. I'm trying to see what all he did. If it was more than just like, creepy old man pinching and grabbing kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds like it's just that, and not to be like, oh, he's just pinching and grabbing, but it's at the same time, it's Gary Busey, and you kind of come to just, you should somewhat expect that.
I wouldn't say expect it, but I would be like, you should somewhat know what you're getting into and be cautious around him. Like, talk to him, but be like, hey, be ready to tell him if he does anything. I'll be like, hey, dude, the fuck?
Smack him.
Because he seems kind of, weird and damaged and
yeah, it's like, I'm not giving him a pass. It's not okay, but it's like,
no, it's not. That does not mean it's okay whatsoever. I'm just saying that he's a weird dude anyway.
He's a weird guy.
Be cautious around him anyways.
His handler clearly was not reining him in on this day.
No, he was not.
Does he even have a handler? Does he need one? I'm not volunteering.
Probably. I would say yeah.
Well, I'm sure he's got a legal team now.
Yeah.
We didn't have one already. I'm sure he's always had one.
No, he's always had one.
He was like, let's be real.
He's always probably had to have some kind of legal representative going for him. I would make sure he did. Just to be honest.
Oh, for sure.
he's I don't know, man. He's weird. You can't be off around Gary Busey because he might try to bite somebody.
He might. And it's like, I feel bad for saying he's weird, but he's got a brain injury, dude. Of course he's weird.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I mean, think about it this way: when you smack your head after a motorcycle accident, it's going to be like scrambled eggs up there. You're going to be weird. It's going to be freaky. But I don't know. I think that this is. I don't know what to think. I mean, because he probably did it. He probably did it. He probably did it.
At the risk of sounding shitty, I'm going to be like, yeah, okay, that's good.
The
person he needs to be held at fault here is his handler or lack of.
The lack of, he needs to be held accountable, but
he needs to be held at the same time.
At the same time, we need to get this man a handler.
He should have.
Let's get this man a caretaker, a stroller. Get him a bottle of juice. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Get him a bottle of Hard AF seltzer, even though that's in a can.
Yeah, don't a bottle.
Anyway, I'll confuse people. They'll be looking for bottles, and they'll stay away from mine. But yeah, no, I mean, he just needs a bottle of juice, a little bit of apple juice, and a push around the block in the stroller. Maybe a drive in the SUV.
Yeah.
Just to get him to go to sleep.
Let him
Just
take
circle
him
the
for a little
block.
car ride.
Circle the
Let him
block.
stick his head out the window, get some fresh air.
Fresh air.
Really getting all the smells.
Yeah, just get him a hot dog. Yeah. And then just bring him back to the convention. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He won't try to touch anybody, I promise.
He'll be too tired. He'll be too tuckered out. He won't do anything.
Too worn down.
That's how you handle it.
Little Gary. Fucking Jesus. So let's
I hope
shift
my parents
gears.
and your parents know that's how I'm handling them when they get older. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do
Shove
all of the
him off to
above
somebody
things.
else? Oh, okay, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm gonna take him, get him a hot dog, give him a car ride.
Let him feel the air.
Let them feel the air. If they're going to be left at home by themselves, I'll turn the radio on.
Turn the TV on so they think somebody's home. Like it's dog. Jesus. And that's how we treat our old people here. Because guess what? If they drive drunk and they're an old politician's husband, they get a few days in jail.
Just get a little slap on the wrist.
And a few days in jail. He's got 5 days. 5 days in jail, which
hard time.
He'll serve with. Basically, he'll be serving that at home. We know that. He's going to be serving that under house arrest for 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go anywhere for 5 days out of your house.
That sounds like a dream to me.
That is a dream.
Put me on house arrest.
That is a dream.
By myself.
You can't leave your house for 5 days. Sorry.
Amazing.
You are
My
banned.
meals delivered to me? Shit.
Exactly.
Sign me up.
But they also released the arrest video. Now, that was fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see him get arrested in the video I watched. I saw him try to take a field sobriety test, and he was just playing the old man card.
Yeah, And then he was leaning. I love it because he was leaning up against the car.
He wouldn't take any 2 steps without holding on to the cop car.
Yeah, it was great because you could say,
This
dude knows how to
take
party.
that breathalyzer.
Paul Pelosi knows how to fucking party.
I don't want to party with him. He can get
but
the
I don't
fuck
want him
away
to
from
run
me.
into people and smash into other cars with people in them like he did. And I think that's what sticks out the most for me is that he legit like wiped out other people.
Yeah.
Took them out.
Yeah.
And that's not cool, man. You can't drive drunk. Don't drive drunk. That's bad.
He's
Don't
got a
do
little
that.
slap on the wrist, little 4 or
Party
5
hard.
days
No.
jail.
Yeah, and party as hard as you want.
Yeah, but do it at home.
Make it, or
make someone else
Uber.
drive your ass. Yes, exactly. Uber.
That's
Well,
what I would do.
I don't know what rich politicians' husbands should use if they have, rich Uber. I don't know if get a chauffeur,
We're going to play a little bit of the arrest video here for just maybe a few minutes, just so we can critique it a little bit more. But here we go.
You can try it with both feet, see which one you feel more comfortable with, and then once you're ready, just let me know.
Now he's just standing there.
Yeah, I was like,
Are you sure you could complete the test?
Are you sure?
I don't want you to fall over and hurt yourself.
He is looking off in the distance, like it's hard.
but he's treating him like it. Here's the thing, though.
Grabbing onto a patrol car.
The cop is not treating him like a drunk. He's treating him like an old man.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want you to slip and fall, Grandpa. It's okay.
He can't even move. He can't move.
No.
So he's just standing there. He is standing there looking off into the distance. You know he's drunk because he is just staring out there. He is.
Safety on your legs, and I don't want you to fall over. So.
Did he say Mr. President? Hang on a second. Let's rewind there for a second. Because it sounds.
Well, just based on what I'm seeing, I don't feel comfortable having you perform the test because I don't want you to have the potential to fall over and hurt yourself. That's not what I'm trying to accomplish.
Oh, I didn't rewind it far enough.
Yeah, I was like, I did hear a president.
Your legs, and I don't want you to fall over. So.
See, that sounds right there like he says Mr. President.
Yeah, I don't think he did, though. I think that's just wishful thinking on our
Oh,
part.
that would be hysterical.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be hysterical. Well, I'm not going to fall over, Mr. President. You are that drunk. I am not the president.
What would have made that better if that was like a Reno 911 sobriety? Okay, now you're going to go
man.
bump, 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 bump.
Yeah, that'd
Bump.
been great. See,
Bump,
let's see
bump.
Paul Pelosi. It'd been even better if he could break out like that.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And then he does all that shit and goes, you know what would even make it better is if he did a backflip like this.
And a barrel roll, and then a yeah.
Oh, you're good. You a dancer? No, I'm just drunk. Oh,
See, that would have been
that would
better.
have been perfect. That'd have been the best part. I love that. I love that idea. I think Paul Pelosi should get drunk and get caught again.
The wrong officer pulled him over.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's also it for the show, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, go check us out on Instagram at canceledaf.podcast. Also, check out WTF.sportscast on Instagram. Go there. Follow us. It's fun. It's fun. Also, go on Apple, Amazon, Spotify. Rate us. Give us 5-star rating because that helps us move up the charts. But other than that, Renee, do you have anything else you want to cover?
No.
All right. Bye.